Jai Hind everyone, I am Khushbu Malviya, Assistant Professor in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. So, let's move in our operating system series. The topic is deadlock. What is a deadlock? Deadlock is a situation where two or more process want to resources for completing their process, but not getting the resources, they are permanently blocked. So, this type of situation is called deadlock. Okay. So, we understand this type of situation of the deadlock. Suppose in one-way road, a car name A and a car name B, both are thinking that we are in our right direction. I am in the right direction, I move to the forward to the right, and B is the right direction, I want to move to the backward direction. Okay, forward direction. Both are stuck on their point. No one compromise. Okay. So this type of situation is called what? Deadlock. Okay. Suppose in another example of the deadlock, I want to open my account in XYZ bank, and bank manager saying that firstly you deposit money for opening account money 1,000 rupees. After that I will open your account, and I am stuck on my point that no, firstly you open my account and after that I will pay the money. So both are stuck on their point and no one compromise. So this situation is called what? Deadlock. Okay. Now we come in a technical term, that one concept in an operating system subject, which is synchronization. In synchronization, suppose two process P1 and P2. P1 want two semaphore, S1 and S2, and also P2 want two semaphore, S2 and S1. So for completing their process, if P1 at the same time P1 hold semaphore S1 and P2 hold semaphore S2. To complete process P1, it also need to the S2 semaphore, but S2 semaphore is held by the P2. And P2 is also need S1 semaphore, but S1 is held by the P1 process. So this situation is called deadlock, and those process P1 and P2 in a deadlock state. Deadlock state. Okay. So introduction of deadlock in operating system. Deadlock is a state in operating system where two or more processes are stuck forever because each is waiting for a resource held by another. It happens only when four conditions exist. Okay. Firstly, I want to describe by this example. Okay. What is deadlock? Deadlock is a situation where processes are waiting for the resources and resources are held by the another process. See example here. Process P1. Resource 1 is held by process P1, and process 1 is also waiting for the resource 2, but at the same time resource R2 is held by the process P2 and P2 is waiting for the resource 1. Resource 1 is held by the process P1. Okay. So process P1 and process P2 both are in deadlock state. Okay. Because one process is held resource 1 and waiting for the another, and other process is held that resource and waiting for the another, which is held by process P1. Okay. So this is the example of deadlock. So here we are, I already explained this. Deadlock can be handled using prevention, avoidance, Banker's algorithm, detection and recovery. So it happens only when four conditions exist. If these four conditions, mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption and circular wait, these all necessary four conditions if occur, then deadlock happen. If any one process you are break, then deadlock situation will never occur in our system. So how does deadlock occur in operating system? A process in operating system uses resource in the following sequence. First, request for the resource, use the resource and release the resource. Deadlock arise when process hold some resource while waiting for the other. Means when deadlock arise, when process hold some resources. कुछ resources को तो hold करके रखा है and waiting for some other resources. Okay. Hold resources not released by this process. Hold some resources and waiting for another. So this situation is called deadlock. Okay. I also described this. Example of deadlock. Another example. There are several examples of deadlock. Some of them are mentioned below. The system has two tape drive. P0 and P1. Each hold a tape drive and each need another one. दोनों process है. Hold a tape drive and also waiting for the another. Okay. Assume that the space is available only you allocate 200 KB. And the following sequence of event occurs. Okay. Suppose only 200 KB is for allocation. Okay. And process P0 is acquire this 80 KB is used by process P0. At the same time, P1 use 17 KB. Okay. Here by mistake is 70 KB. Yes, sir. Okay. 70 KB. So, here 80 KB and here 70 KB. Total allocation is 200 KB. Okay. So remaining is part of this process is allocation is 17 KB, but 70 KB is also used by process P1. So these processes are in the deadlock situation. Okay. So what are the necessary conditions of the deadlock? Deadlock can arise in the following condition: hold simultaneously. This point is very important. If 4 condition is hold by simultaneously, then deadlock occur. If you break any one of the process, any one of the condition, then deadlock will never occur. Okay. So what is the necessary condition for a deadlock in a system? Mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption, and circular wait. What is mutual exclusion? Mutual exclusion. Only one process can use a resource at any time. That is, the resource are not shareable. Suppose printer. Printer is a resource. Okay. If process P1 use the printer, at the same time, no any other process allowed to use this printer. So this is the mutual exclusion. In a critical section is also happen that if one process is going in a critical section and accessing resources, then no other process enter at the same time in a critical section. So this types of a concept. So what is a mutual exclusion? Mutually exclusion that if I am using this process, I am using in this resources, that at same time no other process use this resources. Okay. So printer is example of non-shareable resource. Okay. Hold and wait. Second condition. A process is holding at least one resource at a time and is waiting to acquire other resource held by some other process. Hold and wait a situation when if a process P1 is held a resource R1, okay, and waiting for the R2, held R1 and waiting for the R2, but at the same time R2 hold by another process. So this type of situation is called hold and wait. Third is no preemption. A resource cannot be taken from a process unless the process release the resources. What is no preemption? Preemption means by forcefully you can get a resource from another process. Forcefully you can get. Okay. But in non-preemption, if process want to release their resources, then only it released by that process. A resource cannot be taken from a process unless the process release the resources. So this type of situation is called, condition is called no preemption. What is circular wait? Circular wait is a set of processes are waiting each other in circular fashion. For example, imagine 4 processes P1, P2, P3 and P4. Resources R1, R2 and R3 and R4. Okay. So the above image demonstrate a circular wait deadlock here. P1 is holding resource R1. Okay. Here, see, P1 is holding resource R1 and waiting for resource R2. R2 is held by process P2 and waiting for the resource R3. R3 is held by process P3 and waiting for the resource R4. And R4 is held by P4 but waiting for R1. So, they are requesting the resources in the circular manner. Okay. And also held resources by in a circular manner. Waiting for a circular manner and also held by in a circular manner. So, this is called a circular wait. It is also a deadlock condition. Okay. So, methods of handling deadlock, there are 4 application approaches to dealing with deadlock. Methods of handling deadlock is deadlock prevention, deadlock avoidance, deadlock detection and recovery, and deadlock ignorance. So, these 4 methods used for handle deadlock. So, what is deadlock prevention? Deadlock prevention is a method of handling deadlock where the operating system ensure that at least one of the necessary condition of deadlock never occur. Okay, at least one. Deadlock, I am saying in the previous slide, deadlock is occur only in a system where all 4 condition is in the system. Which 4 condition? Mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption and circular wait. If you are break any one of this condition, you break any one condition, that you prevent the deadlock. So, deadlock prevention is the concept where you want to break any one necessary condition. Okay. By breaking this condition in advance, the system prevent deadlock from happening. So, how we break? Okay. So, deadlock detection, these are the 4 conditions. Okay. First, you want to eliminate, first you have to eliminate like first condition, mutual exclusion. If you, what is mutual exclusion? Make resource shareable. Mutual exclusion is situation where resources not shareable. So, you can create this concept opposite like resources shareable. Then mutual exclusion condition is break and your deadlock has never occurred. You break one condition. Okay. So, make resource shareable where whenever is possible. Example, read only file. Okay. You can number of users read file at the same time. However, non-shareable resources like printer cannot use this method, often requiring spooling. Printer, I am saying in the previous slide, the printer is non-shareable resource. So, this condition is not for mutual exclusion. Okay. But some resources are shareable in shareable mode. So, you can eliminate mutual exclusion. The second thing is that hold and wait. Eliminate hold and wait condition. How? Total allocation. A process must request all required resources simultaneously at the start of the execution. If the process saying in a previous that I want to this type of resources, this resources before start execution. So, hold and wait conditions never occur. Third one is release before request. A process must release all currently held resources before requesting new one. Means if a process want new one resource, then before that previous acquired resources are released by that process, then a request for the another. Okay. So, this is also concept of hold and wait. Third one is eliminate no preemption. If a process holding a resource requests, what is no preemption? In previous slide, I am saying no preemption is a situation, is a condition where okay, if a process holding resource requests another that cannot be immediately allocated. Okay. In previous slide, I am saying that process release their resource by its own. No forcefully resource acquired by that process. Okay, so eliminate no preemption if a process holding resource requests another that cannot be immediately allocated. Okay, firstly, they release their resources which is previously held. After that, allocation will be done. All currently held resources are forcibly preempted. If you achieve this condition, then no preemption occur. Okay, eliminate circular wait. Impose a total ordering of all resource type and require that each process requests resource in a strictly increasing enumeration order. Okay, means in a circular manner condition, process P1 demand the resources in a increasing order. Suppose P1 is using R4, then in second time it is requesting for R5, then other processes request for R6, R7 in increasing order. Okay. So second deadlock handle method is deadlock avoidance. Deadlock avoidance is a method where the operating system makes decision dynamically to ensure that system never enter an unsafe state. Okay. Thereby avoiding the possibility of the deadlock, this is usually done using algorithm like Banker's algorithm. So what happened in deadlock avoidance? So in deadlock avoidance, by using the Banker's algorithm, we avoid the deadlock. Deadlock avoidance mainly relies on algorithm that check resource allocation. In this matter, firstly, resource allocation is checked before making decision. Okay, which processes want to which resources and how resources available or not. So resource allocation is firstly checked after that decision is made. Banker algorithm used when multiple instances of resource exist. If you have a multiple instance of resource exist, suppose resource CPU is a resource, okay, CPU resource and having a multiple instance, then Banker's algorithm is used. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instance of the CPU is used. Okay, like memory, number of resources, memory, CPU. Okay, allocation and ensure that the system remain in a safe state before granting resources. Resource allocation graph RAG algorithm used when each resource has only one instance if check for cycle in the graph to avoid unsafe state. Okay, if a process is not getting resources which the process is demanding, then system is in the unsafe state. Okay, so resource allocation graph is used when your resource is only having one instance and having a multiple instance. Banker's algorithm is used. Okay, so this is the deadlock avoidance. Means in previously, before allocating another, in previously the demand of the resources listed by the process. Deadlock detection and recovery. Deadlock detection periodically check for circular wait and resolve deadlock by aborting and restarting process, releasing their resources. It allow unrestricted resources access and immediate request fulfillment, enabling online handling. The main drawback is potential loss due to the permission. Okay, so what is deadlock detection and recovery? Firstly, if deadlock is occurring in your system, then you detect deadlock, what the condition, why deadlock is occur, then apply the recovery method. Okay, so in this way, deadlock detection and recovery. Last method is deadlock ignorance. Okay, in the deadlock ignorance method, the operating system acts like the deadlock never occur. Means think that in our system, deadlock is never occur in the future. Okay, this also is one type of deadlock avoid method, like we ignore that never will occur in our system. Deadlock. In the deadlock ignorance method, the operating system acts like a deadlock never occur and completely ignores it even if the deadlock occur. But we ignore. No, deadlock is never occur in our system. This method is only applies if the deadlock occur very rarely. Okay. Actually, what in operating system, deadlock occur very rarely. In operating system for deadlock avoidance and deadlock recovery, the number of programming and number of instruction are combined and put in our operating system. They take very consuming memory and load and number of complexity in our system. So deadlock is occur very rarely. So we are generally ignore that deadlock will never occur. If deadlock is occur, then we shut shut down our system, and if we restart our system, then deadlock is also resolved. So in deadlock ignorance, we thinking that in our system deadlock will never occur. The algorithm is very simple. It is says that if a deadlock occurs, simply reboot the system and act like the deadlock never occurred. That's why the algorithm is called the ostrich algorithm. Yeah, the ostrich are a bird that uh, uh, thinking that I am in safe condition, never happening something in outside. So this is the deadlock ignorance. Thank you very much.